Momentum going into the fourth. The Bears control. You can watch the time elapse here in the third quarter of play.
Help.
Shot knocked away. Syracuse trying to fight for it. And possession goes to Brown. Excellent effort by Alexander behind the goal as he dove down to this turf. Brown will get the ball, though, with 15 seconds remaining in the third.
That was Sheridan did a nice job diving for Brown.
And he triggers. Checked by Alexander, trying to get free in front. Sheridan holding it in his cross.
No, not even close.
Will it be Syracuse ball?
Time elapsed, so it's no fourth quarter now. Back to the
third quarter
circle.
Is in the books. The Orange Men, who have dominated the faceoffs in the third, will try to do more of the same in the fourth. The Brown Bears trying to hang on in the dome. It's Brown 14, Syracuse 9. Fourth quarter action right after this.
I think that obviously for the upstate kids that are from up here, Brett Fruit and the others, it's real important. You know, they've spent their whole lives watching games in this building, and they would like to go out to be the first class of seniors to beat Syracuse.
Peter Lasagna, head coach of the Brown Bears, discussing the importance of this game for his team. Brown 2-3 on the season. What an upset this would be in the Dome today if Syracuse fails to come back. But the Orange Men control another faceoff as Burns sends it for Ryan Powell. Powell, near side for Jackson. Another pass in front, shot, and a score! The Orange Man! Kavovit, 14-10 Brown. That took all of 12 seconds.
That's why you can win these games. It does not take long. It comes from the faceoff. Watch Kavovit. This is great. Watch what he does. Up, down, go low. Defenseman slid over to help out, but Knish couldn't stop him. And you're going to see it again. Bing, bang, boom.
Kavovit with his fourth goal of the day to go along with 2 assists. Put it past 2 Brown players, Catrano and Knish. Syracuse leading in the faceoff department 16-10. This one will come to Brown, though. The Bears will start the offense. Kesmodel taking the ground ball. I would have to say, Dale, that Syracuse has controlled the tempo since halftime.
They have, and I bet you they'd like a couple of things back, but it doesn't happen in lacrosse. They're going to have to play pressure defense now to get that ball back.
Syracuse trailing by 4 with more than 14 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Plenty of time for this Syracuse team to fight back and win this ball game in front of the home fans. Ball is loose on the turf, quickly scooped back up by the Brown Bears on the far side of the field. Lyle gets it away. Ball loose in front of the cage. Syracuse forcing the ball loose. The Orangemen come up with the ground ball.
Oh, good check.
The Bears forcing the action.
Dent, great check. One-hand wrap check.
Lyle controls far side of the field, picked up by McCartan as he circles around the Syracuse goal. McCartan forcing Lyle wide. Now he gets it away to Selig. Bowen pops the ball loose. It's loose on the turf. Rolls near the sideline, but Brown is able to keep it in play as Selig keeps it alive. Taken away by Josh Rule. Now back for Gebhardt. Syracuse on the clear. Pass ahead, just beyond the reach of Powell. Syracuse has scored the last 4 goals of this game. The Orange Men don't get the call on the far side of the field. 2 Syracuse players there to argue, Kavovit and Casey Powell.
Looked like it went off the Brown stick. That's not the way it was seen. Must have hit a Syracuse player.
Kavovit very upset with that call. Nevertheless, Brown will take it on the far side. Knish will trigger. Back for his goaltender, Catrano. Sends it ahead for Sheridan. Now the Bears advance it into the Syracuse end.
Syracuse just picking up. Saccharin just getting back to play D.
Berger controls on the near side of the field. Picked up by Alexander. Brown very patient on this trip. Lyle has it top of the box, angling in for a shot. Bounce shot and the score. Brown stops the bleeding. It's 15-10.
Good analogy. Watch number 33, left-handed shot, takes a high bounce, and Gebhardt, not screened, just could not track that one down. Not having his best game.
Lyle's 4th goal of the day. The sophomore attack man from Chicago. He's kind of a small guy, 5'10", 165, but he's doing big damage in the dome today. Another face-off controlled by the Bears. They lose it. It's loose now. Alexander, or rather Burns, comes up with it. He lost it. Syracuse regains control. Here comes Kataya with a left-hand cradle. His eye firmly on the goal. Now Syracuse will slow things down, work it around the cage. Kavovit has it behind the goal. He's checked by Knish. Jackson and Kavovit play catch. Centering pass for Casey Powell, right into the cross of Catrano as he makes the save. He's in trouble. He's in trouble. Triple team gets it away. We have a whistle, though. What will be the call?
Yeah, in and out of the box. They can't go back in once you clear out of there. When the 10-second count starts, you can't go back in. So they will get the ball. Syracuse will get the ball. Catrano out. There's the save. Made a good save. And then later went out and then went back in the restraining line in the box.
Catrano with 12 saves today. He's done a great job of stopping the shot, then taking the ball with it as well.
Oh.
Lister winds up, and Catrano makes another save, his 13th. Brown on the clear. The Bears lose it. Rolling toward the sideline. Off a Syracuse player, it will be Brown ball. A costly mistake by the Bears, but Syracuse can't capitalize as one of the Brown defenders took his eye off the ball for a moment and lost it.
Jackson was there, but he couldn't control it before it went over the sideline.
Brown doing a great job clearing the ball, 17 of 23. Syracuse not too shabby as well, 13 of 17. The Bears with their 24th attempt of the day here. They lead Syracuse 15-10. We have a whistle, and it's Syracuse ball once again.
Once you get beyond that line there, you can't go back. You have to keep pushing it forward.
The Orangemen don't waste any time. Casey Powell winds. It's a low shot, knocked away by Catrano. He'll chase it down. The Bears start the clear. Catrano with 14 saves. Long pass. Can't be handled. Rolling toward the sideline. Syracuse gets it.
Time becomes a problem now. Just under 11 minutes, 10:56. Syracuse has to score 10 goals to win and hold them scoreless.
You see our time remaining in the 4th quarter. Brown with a 5-goal lead on the Orangemen. Syracuse will trigger far side of the field, and they'll have to work the ball out of their own end. Pass ahead to Sharits from Gebhardt. Carcaterra takes it now, right into the teeth of the defense. Syracuse works it around the cage. You can see how tightly the Brown defenders are bunched around that cage.
Zone defense, just trying to keep them out and make them take the poor percentage shot and just say, we'll get the rebound.
There's a shot.
Oh, great
Another save by Catrano. He's been magnificent. He starts to clear himself. Sends it ahead with a terrific pass to McNamara. 3-on-2.
Trouble.
Lead pass for Frood, who scores. 16-10 Brown. That one was huge.
Frood has been in the forefront of those fast breaks. I think that's the 3rd time he's been able to get open on a fast break, and you're going to see he's a finisher, and he's one-on-one with Gebhardt and takes it high, and Frood puts perhaps the last nail in. I don't know. 10:16 left. Syracuse have to score 7 goals now to win in 10 minutes.
10-16, 10-16. Syracuse with a 16-12 edge in faceoffs. Brown leads it by 6. The Orangemen trailing in this contest 16-10. Syracuse comes up with a loose ball at midfield. Another faceoff for the Orangemen. Syracuse can't waste any time. The Orange waiting for the middies to check in. Kataya is on. Ryan Powell is on. Doug Jackson controls, waiting for some help. Clark into the game as well. Casey Powell sends it for Kavovit behind the goal. Casey Powell winds, a bounce shot knocked away by Catrano. High bounce in front of the cage, taken by Doug Jackson. Right to Catrano's cross. Now Catrano working to clear again. Near side for Collard. Long pass, out of bounds, Syracuse ball. Mistake by Collard, a little bit over anxious on the clear. Syracuse will take it near midfield, and the long stick defenders check in for the Brown Bears. The Orangemen trail 16-10, 9:22 left to go in the fourth quarter of play. Ryan Powell with his shot taken off the turf by Catrano. Very tough to beat the defense when they're all clustered around in the slot like that.
Yep, playing a good zone defense, and then you got a guy who can make the stop, and they're making one shot, he's making the save and starting back the other way, and the clock keeps running.
Controlling for Brown is Sowers. He gets it away, far side. Whistle.
And a failure to advance. Brown's going to lose possession. Syracuse will get it way down in their own zone.
The Orangemen need to have the ball as much as possible in this game. You can't score if you don't have the ball. Syracuse has it now. Casey Powell behind the net. Playing catch with Kavovit. Centering pass intended for Jackson. Tapped away. Casey Powell gets it back.
All those sticks in that zone defense, they all just fly toward the ball.
Kavovit on the doorstep. Knocked away by Catrano. Syracuse will keep it.
Did you see that, Ted? Just going to say, they all leaned in. Everybody's got their stick there. It's you know, like trying to shoot a gun through a forest. It's difficult.
There you can see on the replay exactly what Dale just described. Brown's defense shutting down the sight lines to the goal. The Orangemen looking for a man in front. Carcaterra! 16-11. What a bullet!
That made the net jump, didn't it? Carcaterra from the outside. He gets through that field of aluminum there, and he pumps it in and brings Syracuse within 5. This should be interesting as Carcaterra comes up with number 2 today. We're going to be some scrambling for the ball at the face-off circle.
And this is when it gets really exciting here in the Carrier Dome. This amount of time left in the game, and Syracuse down. Burns comes up with the loose ball off the face-off. Now it's knocked away from him. We have a flag down.
That's a penalty.
The call should go against Brown.
Yeah, that's going to be his time served, so that's a 30-second penalty on number 25. That was Chesler.
Let's watch it. Philip Chesler called for the violation, the junior defenseman from Pittsford, New York. 30-second holding call against him. Syracuse back on the man up. 2 of 4 on the day for the Orangemen. This is number 5 here, 30 seconds.
If they get this one, listen to the fans, Ted. They'll believe they can get back into it if they can put this one in.
It'll be like the Virginia game all over again with that fourth quarter comeback. Casey Powell, top of the box. Near side for Ryan. His shot knocked away by Catrano. Ball rolls out of bounds. Syracuse will keep it. Catrano has been sensational in goal for the Brown Bears today.
Great body position. Had that stick down, had the body trying to make himself as big as possible. 6 seconds left on the man up.
Powell again, hanging on the doorstep. Centering pass for Ryan Powell. He's quickly picked up, lost the ball. Ryan Powell tracks it down, sends it to Casey Powell beyond his reach, rolling toward midfield. Brown gets it. 3-on-1. Through. Ahead. Shot. Score, Brown! Scoring for the Bears, Lyle. back there along with Frood. They have been the story for the Bears today, along with Selig. A crucial goal.
The ball, poor pass, and they could not stop it at the midfield line. Now watch Frood takes a left-handed pass, and he hits his teammate where he's been a number of times. So Lyle gets the assist, and Frood makes the nice pass, and the upstate kid shows that he can play lacrosse.
5th goal of the day for Lyle. Brown has scored 3 goals in that fashion today, and off the face-off, they're putting more pressure again. Shot knocked away by Gebhardt. And he comes up with the loose ball as he stoned Selig. Syracuse on the clear. The Orange men can't waste any time. Ahead on the far side to Burns from Volan. Here comes Kavovit. Vanderpool is in, along with Andy Sharris. Ira Vanderpool shoots. Catrano the save. He comes up with the ground ball as well. And here comes Brown on the clear. Bears work it around the Syracuse cage. Time is on their side. Volan applying some defensive pressure.
You know, it's one thing to have a good game plan like Coach Lasagna did in terms of we'll run when we want to and slow it down when we want to, but to be able to execute it is impressive, and they have been able to do that today.
They've done it for virtually the entire game. They didn't really show any lapses.
Nope, and they never really just sat on the ball, but when they wanted to slow it, they did, ran their plays, and when they got the fast breaks, they took them, and they're going to get another one.
Unbelievable. Frood again. Brown is starting to salt this one away. One of the Syracuse players slow to get up. It's probably just dejection that's keeping Alexander down on the turf. It's an 18-11 game.
When Frood, nobody able to be in front of him, and you know, Gebhardt just not able to do much. It's virtually impossible to stop those one-on-one, and Frood has been there 5-1. What an afternoon he's having.
Frood's strong day continues. 6 points for him on the afternoon. A homecoming for him. The senior from Jordan Elbridge High School in Elbridge. 6 minutes, 3 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. Brown leads Syracuse 18-11.
No penalty, by the way. It was, whatever it was wiped out, I believe.
And a timeout is taken by Brown. Head coach Peter Lasagna wants to talk with his team about how to maintain this lead in the Carrier Dome here in the 4th quarter of play. The Orange men are down 7 to the Brown Bears with 6 minutes, 3 seconds to go in this contest. After the Brown Bears leave town, Syracuse takes on another Ivy League club, the Cornell Big Red. You will see that game here on Super Sports, Wednesday, April 9th at 8:30 in the evening. One of the big stories for the Brown Bears today has been the goaltender, Greg Catrano, the senior from Center Reach, New York. And as Peter Lasagna tells us, he has been sensational all year.
Greg Catrano, I would say we start with him, our second-team All-American goalie. And we look for him to jumpstart us, for him to get off to a great start, and that really helps us. His energy, his emotion really get us going.
And we've seen today how terrific Greg Catrano can be. 18 saves on the afternoon, and he's made some, Dale, at very close range.
And has gotten, I think, stronger here in the 3rd and 4th quarter when Syracuse had to get to him, and he just was relentless and really did a nice job.
Casey Powell will trigger for the Orange men. Syracuse works the ball around. Both teams at even strength here in the 4th. With less than 6 minutes to go.
Using that packed zone with all those bodies in there still.
Quick passing for the Orange men, trying to get somebody loose in front. Centering pass, shot, hit the post. The ground ball scooped up by the Brown Bears. Syracuse inches away from another goal. Ball loose at midfield. Syracuse applying some defensive pressure on the near side. Volan is there. Knocks the man down. Ground ball scooped up by the Orange men, and Carcaterra. Here he comes over midfield. Syracuse with a chance. Time ticking away here in the 4th. Carcaterra in front. Lines up. Shoots. Save Catrano. He takes it off the turf. Brown will clear now. To midfield.
Open man.
Brown has numbers. Terrific defensive play.
Rule got the ball, or the stick on the ball. Oh!
Casey Powell nearly beheaded. Flags are down all over the place. Here comes Casey Powell. Trying to shake free for a shot. Centering pass. Kavovit, another pass. Jackson who scores! 18-12. Brown with a 6-goal lead, but Dougie Jackson's on the board.
That's going to be a hold. That's going to be wiped out, so there will be no penalty. So they'll be even, and they got to go face it off.
5-hole for Doug Jackson, his first goal of the day, to go along with 2 assists as he put it right between the legs of Catrano. Time ticking away on the Orangemen here in the fourth quarter. 4:41 to go. 18-12. Brown on top. Still enough time for Syracuse to come back, do you think?
You know, you're really pushing it now. It's just 7 goals in 4 minutes and 41 seconds, and they've only gotten 12 so far in the, 56 minutes or 55 minutes and 19 seconds. So they could do it, but they have to do it with alacrity, Ted.
The Orange win their 18th faceoff. If there's a team in college lacrosse that can do it, you got to believe it's Syracuse. The Orange men can't waste any time trying to find somebody open. Coyote passes up the shot. Now it's behind the goal again. Near side, Kavovit, even with the cage. We have a whistle.
Timeout.
And a timeout taken by Syracuse. Good place for it because Kavovit really didn't know what to do with the ball at that point.
He did not look like he knew what kind of play he wanted to run or exactly what was expected. So I think the bench wanted to, give him a timeout and make sure that they had their signals straight and on the same page.
Another key component, if Syracuse is going to make the comeback and win this game in the Dome today, the Orange men have to control the faceoffs, which they've done for the most part in the second half. Syracuse trying to move up in the rankings as well as this 1997 season rolls along. Princeton at number 1 this week, Syracuse in at number 2. Then it's Virginia, Duke, and Maryland, 3 ACC teams right in a row. Navy, Hofstra, Johns Hopkins, Georgetown, North Carolina round out the top 10. And the Brown Bears in at number 18 this week. They are in command with 18 goals against the Orangemen in the Dome. It's 18-12. The Bears lead it with 4:12 to go in the fourth quarter of play.
They're going to be moving up if they win this game. They'll take an elevator, I think, from 18 up. So.
And the shots, quarter by quarter. Syracuse has built momentum in the second half, and they've outshot Brown for the game 43-39, while holding Brown to just 15 shots in the second half of play. Casey Powell shoots. Catrano makes the save.
Well, he's come up big every time they needed him.
Brown on the clear now. Less than 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. It does not look good for the Orangemen. Syracuse needs to force a turnover here. Angling in for a shot, and a score is Kesmarter. 19-12 Brown, and that really hurts the Orange.
Well, up until this point, I had been impressed with Virginia being kind of an aberration. That the Syracuse defense, I thought, since then had played very, very well. You're going to get a look here. This is just tough. It's tough for Gebhard, but those are the ones, those saves, he's made some of those saves. So I would say that the defense took a step back today compared to where I thought they had gotten. So that's, when that happens, you got to go back to the drawing board. It's trite but true. Let's see what we can do.
Brown with more pressure after winning the face-off. Lyle takes it back outside. The Bears can afford to use some clock here. Down to 3.5 to go in the fourth quarter of play.
Yeah, they want to score. They want guys who want to put the ball in the hole again.
They feel like they have this game won. So now they're starting to think offense with time ticking away here in the fourth to try to pad that lead. Dent has it even with the cage. Now he circles behind the net.
Talking about being ranked number 2, they seem to get knocked off every week in that USILA poll.
Ball rolling behind the net. Syracuse there to back it up so the Orangemen will take over. But time is certainly on the side of the Brown Bears with less than 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. The Bears have a commanding 7-goal lead at 19-12. Vanderpool lost it momentarily, gets it back. Has it taken away. Bowen is there to scoop it up. Bowen feeds Casey Powell. Powell angling in. Pushed outside. Now he moves top of the box. Powell has it tapped away from behind. Brown's close defense has been terrific in this game, and the Bears get the ball back again.
That Beatson 41 from Brown is the guy who put the aluminum on him, and that put the ball on the carpet, and Brown comes up with it. Let's see what we got here.
Illegal procedure is the call. Illegal substitution against Brown, so Syracuse has the ball back. The Orangemen get another break.
Yep.
Kavovit triggering the play. Doug Jackson winds, knocked away.
You see that packed-in zone defense once again. They're trying to put it low because they can't see anything high. You got to put it through a chest. Hopefully, if you do it low, you can get something. But now we're going to get a penalty against Brown. 32nd variety.
So Syracuse will have a man-up situation here in the closing moments of the fourth quarter, trailing Brown 19-12 with 2:20 to go in the fourth quarter of play. And earlier this week, some of the Syracuse defenders talked about how they felt allowing 21 goals to Virginia, hoping it wouldn't happen again. Well, Brown has 19. Syracuse 2 of 5 on the man-ups in this game. The Orange working around the box. Carcaterra to Kavovit, now behind the goal again. Ball tapped away. Another ground ball goes to Brown. Long pass upfield.
Fast breaks.
Here they come. Finally taken, even with the cage. Now behind the net goes Selig. He's checked by Bowen. Hacks him again. Hacks him again. Selig waiting for some help. Comes even with the goal. His pass is wide, rolling toward midfield. Illegal procedure. One of the players at midfield stepped on the line. Who will it be? Now the officials are conversing about what the call ought to be. And Syracuse will get it.
Syracuse is going to get the ball, and one of the things you talk about their offense, Syracuse is used to getting goals and shots in unsettled situations, not against a packed defense. When they run and gun and nobody's been able to sit like this, you look at that Brown defense, that's not the kind of defense that, you know, is really efficient to get good shots at. Now, you're going to hit them in the arms, you're going to hit them in the leg, but the ball's not going to go in the hole, and they've been forced to run against that kind of a defense because they just have that run and gun game was not there early, and when it was, they capitalized on it.
Kavovit triggers. Casey Powell has it. His bounce shot.
That's two guys in the goal.
Wow. Petrano comes away with the ball again as Brown starts to clear. Heading toward a minute to go in the fourth quarter of play. Here come the Bears. Selig shoots and scores. Insult to injury. 20-12.
That's a classic example. It's kind of a microcosm of the game here. They have had the fast break goals. They have had the unsettled situations where you got the defense back on their heels, not knowing who to pick up, and you're going to get a good look at it here as Selig once again going to take that left-handed shot and it hits the net. Syracuse just not able to get back a number of times. Frood made a living off it there for a while, got 3 goals like that. So it's been tough, and that happens sometimes. Syracuse, I'm sure, wants to work on their defense and work on their fast break. It wasn't there today, but there's always another game.
They have a whistle off the face-off. And Brown will get the ball after a Syracuse push. So the Bears have the ball again as the crowd here at the Carrier Dome starts to file out. Frood has it, left-hand cradle. He wants to work in for a shot. And his cross is tapped from behind. The ball flies out of bounds. It'll be Syracuse ball. Gebhardt sends it long upfield to Coyote, and the Orangemen will lose their second game of the season. Coyote with a right-hand cradle working his way in. Kavovit spins away from the pressure. Heading toward 30 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Coyote back for Carcaterra. He winds. His shot is wide. Now Syracuse comes up with it toward midfield.